Ladies and gentlemen, leo Sabasaba kumekuwa na maandamano ambayo yanafanyika kote nchini Kenya, na kufika wakati huu maandamano yameshika kushika kwa sababu mapema hapo jiji la Nairobi lilikuwa alipitiki. CBD ilikuwa imefungwa, biashara ilikuwa imefungwa kabisa, banki mingi zilikuwa zimefungwa, magari ya public hayakuwa yanaruhusiwa kabisa kupita kwenda CBD, lakini up to now venye tunaweza kuongea, hali si hali. Waandamanaji wameweza, the protesters wameweza finally kumanage kuingia CBD. Kwa hivyo wameweza kuingia na wameweza kujitokeza kwa wingi kabisa hapa jijini Nairobi. Protesters wamejitokeza kwa wingi, wako kila mtaa, si Korogocho, si Githurai, si Ruire, si Thika Road. As you can see in the Thika Road ndio sasa imekuwa mbaya, but there are heavy presence of police officers especially in Thika Road. Why? Because majority of protesters, kuna sehemu ambapo wanatokea na wanaingia kwa vujo kabisa, kwenye CBD. Maandamano haya si Nairobi peke yake, umeona sehemu zingine za Kenya, waandamanaji venye wameweza kujitokeza. Umeona Kisii, angalia hapo, this is Kisii, wananchi wamejitokeza kwa wingi sana zaidi, wanaenda kabisa kudemonstrate, kuprotest. Remember, this is not going to be protest as usual. Sabasaba is a symbolic day ya kuremember what happened in 1990. We are marking that 5 days. I don't know majority of the protesters today, those who have shown their presence on the street, on the roads across the country, sijui kama wanafahamu hayo, but this is a symbolic day that Kenyans are going to be out to call out the government to ensure that things are working. So watu wengi kabisa vile nimeweza kufahamisha kwamba wananchi wanajitokeza. I'm following this the day protest to make sure that I bring you everything. I am following and monitoring the situation on the ground closely niweze kuwafahamisha, but habari ni kwamba watu wameweza kujitokeza kwa wingi kwa saizi. Watu wanachoma matiles, barabara zimeblokiwa. At least there is no the presence, hakuna kuruhusiwa kwa public vehicles kwenye CBD. Lakini from the morning watu walikuwa wachache kabisa, watu walikuwa wachache mno kuanzia asubuhi, and the police, due to their heavy presence, they were able to prevent some of Kenyans from accessing the CBD. And those who were in the public service vehicles and anybody who were in foot, they were forced to identify themselves. They were forced to provide their documentation, their documents, their identification documents, and some of them were turned away. If, for example, you are not a journalist, you are not a health worker, you are turned away. Some of them waliambiwa kwamba go and work from home. So that is the situation on the ground. I'm just monitoring everything so that I can bring you as it is. So the situation now, it is imekuwa ni mapema ndio, lakini kulingana na vile nimeona situation on the ground, it is not going to be business as usual, but we are just going to monitor closely to ensure ama to see how the whole thing is going to escalate. So if the protests are going to escalate as usual, as you can see or as you can remember from the previous one, they were quite chaotic. Yeah, ilikuwa full of drama na ilikuwa na maafa mingi kabisa, ilikuwa majeraha mingi between the protester and the police. Especially there were a lot of confrontations between the police and wananchi wa kawaida ama the protesters. The government said ilikuwa infiltrated, ilikuwa intruded. There are some people who took advantage of the protest. Last protest, for example, kulikuwa na goons ambao walikuwa protected by the government. I haven't confirmed any case today. I'm just following it closely to ensure how to see if I will spot any gun protected by police. But that is the thing of the past, and I think the government realized that they were doing, they were making some mistakes. Yeah, provoking protesters is not a good idea to the government. So what does this protest mean? William Ruto should be worried. Unless he do things in the right way, business, it is not going to be business as usual. The protester is an indication that the country is not heading in the right direction. So William Ruto, it is a humble advice that kindly do things in a right way. This is a very different era. The era of Moi, Kibaki and Kenyatta is over. This is a different era, and you gonna do things the right way. Yes, just have dialogue. Imagine, okay, most of the leaders, including the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, just called yesterday, echoed the words of opposition leaders led by Fred Matiang'i, that government should call a dialogue, should call for a dialogue between the Genzs and the government themselves. They have to make sure. But who are the government going to dialogue with? Genzs has no leaders. So, number one, they have to do things in the right way. This is the demonstration. It is sending a very bad signal to the government. They need to get down into serious business and ensure that things are working in the country. There's probably, you have seen William Samuel Ruto, somebody who was projected that under his leadership it is going to be very smooth. But the worst has happened. In fact, William Samuel Ruto ako tu na miaka tatu tu kwa ofisi. Now the guy has not enjoyed at all. If there is a worst president Kenya has ever had so far, then that guy is none other than Daktari William Samoei Ruto. I don't know what he is going to do, but clearly, you have to do something. We are heading in the wrong direction. We can't be having every week demonstration here and here. You see, days like this, Genzs are taking advantage of this day. Yes, the day was not supposed to. We were not supposed to see the scenes we are just seeing on our screens. We were not supposed to see them. But Genzs are taking advantage of days like this to hear their views to you, to the government. So it has been said that probably there is a hand. Genzs are not working on their own. The name of one Rigathi Gachagua has been mentioned, but I don't know how true is that information. It is information under scrutiny. I'm scrutinizing that information, and once I get a crystal evidence that one Rigathi Gachagua is involved as a financier, then I will let you know. But this is a propaganda propagated by the government to just kusema kwamba ati these people wako sponsored, there is somebody behind, there is a hand behind it. I don't know how true is that information. I don't know how can a single person or a group of people can sponsor protest across the country, because hii protest iko Naivasha, Nakuru, iko Kisii, iko Eldoret, iko Bomet, iko Meru, iko Nyeri, iko Mombasa, iko Kisumu, japo kidogo tu, iko Bungoma, iko Kakamega, iko kila mahali. Majority of cities, majority of our towns, the scenes are the same in this morning. I don't know what you have to say. Do you have a different thought? Probably if you have a divergent views, converging views, you might drop them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video. Yeah, like please. Yeah, that is the support you're gonna give me. You're gonna give this channel. Like this video, drop your comment in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell so that you are notified every time we post a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, things are not good. We are just following. We keep you updated. My name is Hesie Born. See you in the next video.